Welcome to the Loveland Public Library Science. Today we're going to talk about liquids, solids, and gases. Okay, girls, this is Autumn and Violet, and they're going to help me today. This is, what is it, girls? What's in there? Ice. And what's in here?
Water.
Okay, if you can pour something like this, is it a liquid or a solid? Look over there and say liquid.
Liquid.
Water that can be poured is a liquid. How about this kind of water? What is this? Ice. So it's frozen, and is it a liquid anymore? Whoa, be careful. What is it? It's a solid. It's a solid. You can hear it, can't you? So it's both, they're both water, but one is in the liquid state, it can be poured. One is in the solid state, it's hard and crunchy. What will happen if this heats up? It will melt, and then it will be water, and it will be a liquid again, right? And over here, we have water in this pan, and this water is heating up. Do you see the, can you get that, Krista? Can you see the smoke coming off of that? It looks like smoke. That is water vapor. It is heating up so much that it's evaporating into the air, and that is a gas. So water is one of the things that can be either a liquid, pourable, or a solid, like ice, right? Crunchy, or a gas. Can you see that right there? It's kind of hard to see, but can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at, ooh, look, watch when I do this. Can you see the gas forming and coming up off of the hot, and look at it's boiling. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So we don't want to touch that. That could be dangerous. All right. So liquid, solid, and what's this called? Look at that. Look. Gas. Good. So water can be all three properties. That's the three properties of matter. All right. So we're going to go over to the table and we're going to make another. We're going to make something that acts like a liquid and a solid. Come on, Violet. Come on over here. All right. All right. We have cornstarch and we have water, and that's all you need to make oobleck. And oobleck is a non-Newtonian something, solid. It acts like a solid sometimes, and it acts like a liquid sometimes. You don't have to actually measure this. You're just going to kind of feel it. So we've got a spoon, and I'm going to let you guys take turns stirring. Who wants to go first? Violet does. Okay, let's get your hair. All right, all this is water, and we're just going to pour a little bit in. I'm not doing exact measurements because it depends on the day you're doing it. See, all she's doing is mixing it together, and it gets a little bit hard to do. Come over here where there's more water. Gets a little bit hard. Your sister can help you if it's too hard. You want to try too? Okay. Put a little bit more water in. You're just going to add enough water. And it would probably be smarter in a round bowl because it's kind of hard to get everything off the bottom. Let me, while you're mixing, let me dump this water out because we might have too much. And then let's see if we can, let's do it in, we're going to play with it in this so we don't make a big mess in your mommy's kitchen. Yeah, we could, you're right. That's a good idea. All right, let's put it in here and people can see what it looks like. So cornstarch is just a white powder. Whoa. It's already looking like a little bit like a liquid and a little bit like a solid, isn't it? You see that?
Violet,
It's kind of
watch
hard to get out of here.
Violet.
Ooh. We call this oobleck. Other people call it, call it a mess. Sorry, Krista. You guys have played with this before, haven't you? Yeah, we've even done this at the library before. The good thing is it makes your skin really soft when you play with it, and it's really easy to clean up. Did you? Were you watching Miss Beth last night? Yeah. And me? And were you watching Miss Chris?
Yes.
And Miss Claudette? That's a lot of things to watch. Okay, now, this is getting kind of hard to stir. Does that look like a liquid that you can pour?
Yeah.
does look like a liquid. See, we mixed it up with the water, but watch. I'm gonna put a little bit more corn syrup in. Man, that stuff sticks. Does this look like it might be fun to play with? And you know what? The sun's coming out and it's really fun to play with outside. All right, watch. Watch what happens. We're gonna mix it up. Ooh, this is harder than I remember. All right, it's nice. It looks almost like milk. It looks very liquidy, doesn't it? All right. No, you can't drink it. Cornstarch wouldn't taste very good. So watch what happens. I'm gonna pour it in here. Looks very much like a liquid. Yep, because liquid fills up the container. It's gonna take on whatever shape the container is. So it's gonna look like a rectangle right now, isn't it? All right, do you guys wanna reach in there and feel it? And I'm really trying to mix it up. The cool thing about this is, all right, the cool thing about this is that when you touch it, go ahead. Can you make it splash? Hit it really hard. It drips a little bit, but it won't really go anywhere. And watch this. You can pick it up, but then it turns into a liquid in your hand. Do it right over the bowl, okay, so we don't make a huge mess on the carpet. So it feels like a solid when you first reach in. You can grab a piece of it and then look at, ooh, ooh. And this is a little runny, so if I were doing this and wanted it to feel even more like a solid, I would probably add a little more cornstarch. But that's why you don't really have to measure. You just have to make sure you have enough to make it do what you want it to do. Ooh, that's really... Now, do you feel how soft your hands feel? Feel really soft. Okay, let's let it drip all off back into the bowl, because we're going to do one more experiment where we take some solids and we melt them and we make something that's good to eat. That was your idea, wasn't it, Violet? We're going to make some puppy chow.
It stopped.
Let's see. Yeah, I did. So it'll turn more to a solid on your hand. We're going to have to wash our hands. Maybe your mom could stop for a minute while we wash our hands. And then, you guys ready to make a recipe? All right, what are we making? You still have oobleck on your arm. Okay. It looks like a happy face. What are we going to make? Muddy Buddies?
Muddy Buddies.
Or puppy chow?
I want puppy chow and Muddy Buddies.
Well, it's just two different names for the same thing. And what we've been talking about, solids, liquids, and gas. We're not using any gas in this recipe, but we're going to use solids and we're going to turn them into a liquid in the microwave like magic. So we have, here's the recipe right here. We have half, is this right? Half a cup of butter. So we're going to put half a cup of butter. Is this a liquid? Can I pour that? Can I pour this? Is it spilling into there like water does? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's a solid, so I can cut it. See that? I can cut it with a knife. It's a solid. I'm going to put it in there, but I'm going to heat it up and it's going to turn into a liquid. And what else should we add to that in our recipe? How about 12 ounces of chocolate chips? I measured this out at home. You want to pour that in? Well, here, let's not use our hands. Let's just pour it in. And then, good, perfect.
There's one more left.
One more left. We don't want that to be left behind. Okay, so we've got half a cup of butter. We've got 12 ounces of chocolate chips. Thank you. We're going to use these to measure our cereal when that's melting. We need 1 cup of peanut butter. See the peanut butter?
Yeah.
There's some chunks of peanuts in there.
Yeah.
If you're allergic to peanuts, then you could use almond butter or sunflower butter or anything
I'm
like
not
that.
allergic to them.
You're not allergic to them? Good.
I'm not allergic
All right.
to them.
You can see how precisely I measure. Just go ahead and plunk that in. You plunk it in. Is that a liquid or a solid? Is that pouring? No, it's a solid. All right, I'm gonna call this 1 cup. All right, can you make that go in? That's some healthy peanut butter. Let's hope it tastes good. Whoa. So we've got 3 solids in here. Okay, good. That's perfect. That'll work because that'll mix in. So these are all solid. Can you hear that? And I can't pour it. I can't pour it like a liquid. It's not like water, is it? If we heat it up, what do you think will happen to it? Okay, we're gonna put this in the microwave and heat it on half power. We're gonna do maybe 5 minutes on 4 power. We're gonna try that. Now it's you guys' turn to measure cereal in the bowl. Let's see how many cups. Yeah, it's supposed to go slow because we don't want it to burn. You have 1 cup and you have half a cup. So can you pour that in? And we're gonna count 1. Actually, you know what? That'll be too confusing. Let's let your sister, we'll go back and forth. This is probably right in the way, huh? Ready? 1. You guys have to help me keep counting. We already have 1 in there. What's this gonna be?
2.
Good. Put that in. Oops. 2. Now give it to your sister. How many will this be?
4. 3.
Right?
3.
Good. Now Violet's turn. How many will this be?
5.
You just did 3. What comes after 3? Right. Pour it in. Number 4. Now it's Autumn's turn. Right. 5 is next. You're already ahead of me, aren't you? 5. And this recipe actually calls for. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, after that is 6. You're right. This actually calls for 10 ounces of cereal. Right, but we're not there yet. Don't confuse me. This is 6, right?
You forgot.
And I think that might be just right. So you each got to do 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now let's see if our stuff is melting, because when that turns into a liquid from a solid, we're going to mix it up and put it over the top of this. We're going to mix it all together. It'll be cool. And then we're going to put it in the brown bag with some powdered sugar, and we're going to shake it all up. And then when it's cool, what do we do with it? Throw it away? No. What do you want to do with it? Eat it. Taste it. So let's see if this is turning into a liquid yet. Is this a liquid or a solid? A solid? A knowledge. It's a knowledge. All right, let's see. Wow, this is taking a long time. Let's see. Oh, look it. It's changing. Let's show our people watching. It's starting to melt. Is the butter a solid anymore? No, it's melting. It's turning into a liquid, and the chocolate is melting. You guys want to turn to mix that? Be careful because it's hot. We'll take turns. Just don't splatter it, okay? There you go.
It's always like hot chocolate.
Almost.
I can
Remember
see
when we
the
made hot chocolate
on the
before?
bottom.
We did that. Okay, let Violet have a turn, but keep it in the bowl. You don't want to splatter it because then it will burn. It'll be hot. All right, can I have a turn? Let's show everybody. It's definitely a liquid. I'm glad I didn't leave it in there any longer. All right, I'm going to mix it up really good. Because when we pour it on top of the cereal,
It smells good.
it does. This is a liquid, and the cereal is a solid, and we have to mix it really quick
And make sure
before it
will
gets
be,
too hard.
and make sure you cool down it.
Yes, you don't want to eat it right now, do you?
Yeah, give it hot.
It would be hot. I'm doing this right in front of your face. All right. Oh, look at Aspen's getting interested. What smells so good? That would make your tummy sick, Aspen. All right, look. Let's see. We're gonna decide if we need to put more cereal. Oh, you can help me. You want to help? Oh, does that smell good, Aspen? Is that nummy?
Yeah, that's good.
Try not to crunch up the cereal. You have to be kind of gentle. When's Aspen's turn?
No, she will eat it. And then
See what it looks like? So the liquid is coating the solid. the chocolate chips, the butter, and the peanut butter. They used to be a solid. Now they're, they used to be a solid. Now they're a liquid. Would that taste good right now? Would it be so messy? Here, you want to do it again? Let's make sure they're all coated up. Oh, I'm getting some on my fingers. You don't have to. Does that smell good, Aspen? She's licking her chops. All right, let's make sure that we don't see any. Oh, don't wipe it on your dress. We're gonna make sure we don't see any of that cereal color. We want all chocolate on there. It's still very warm, so we can't taste it yet, can we? Unless you get some on your hands, then you can lick it off your feet. All right, that looks pretty good. I was gonna add a little bit more cereal, but usually there's not enough coating, and I think it's better with this. All right, next what you do is put it in a paper bag with some powdered sugar. And here, can you hold that open for me? Do you think you could be a big helper and hold it way open? Yeah, you want to hold that one? All right. Oh, Aspen wants to help too. She's kind of like the fox and the gingerbread boy, and she just wants to eat it. Wait. Let's not put it all over the floor. Here. All right, can you guys hold on to it really tight because it's going to get heavy. Oh. She did sneeze on your foot. Can you hold it up? Tell me if it gets too heavy. Yeah. This is going to be the most chocolatey puppy chow I've ever made. Oh, look at her. Hold on to it. Is it getting too heavy?
Yeah.
All right, now the fun part. Watch this. It's still liquidy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Not heavy? Okay. Now here's what you do. Hold it like this. Ooh. Uh-oh, there's some powder coming out. Sorry. I know. Cool. All right, now we need a little more powdered sugar on top. And let's see, that recipe said half a pound of powdered sugar. That's a lot of powdered sugar. I think the recipe really said 1 pound. I did. All right. What? I know. All right. What does it look like? Does it look like Muddy Buddies? Yeah. Very chocolatey. Yeah. Whoa. Muddy Buddies. And the best thing to do is get chocolate off your clothes. And we're going to get a plate. And we're going to put some out on a plate. And let it cool. You have to let it cool. And it's going to turn back all the way into a solid again, isn't it?
And we have to take a fork.
And you have to do what? Oh, I don't think you need a fork, do you?
Only a spoon.
You want a spoon? Well, maybe just a spoon after it dries. And I think the directions actually say to put it on some wax paper and let it form. Look at now, it's all solid again. There's no liquid, right? What are you two plotting? I hear you whispering.
No,
You were just kidding. All right. You can add a little more powdered sugar if you want to, but that's how Muddy Buddies. You want to taste?
Yeah.
Let's touch it and see if did it become a solid again? Is it really, really warm or is it just right?
It's right.
Just right? Go ahead and pick one up and taste it.
How about a fork?
How about a fork? Do you not want to get messy, Miss Violet?
Yeah. I want one.
You do too? I have never seen anybody use forks to eat their Muddy Buddies before. Did it turn back into a solid? Look at my arms are covered. All right, I guess that's the end of our liquid, solids, and gases. Bye. Can you say bye?
Bye.